a story of the Manchester derby here at the Etihad Premier League Live on the road. It is City's day by 3-0. Peter was saying at the full time there, Joleon, that they weren't back to their brilliant best, but they had control through most of that game, didn't they?
Yeah, definitely. And I agree with Peter. I think there was times where Man United looked like they were going to score, but overall they was in control, and them chances for Man United did come when it was 3-0. So from a player's perspective, you kind of lacking concentration slightly, take your foot off the pedal. But if they needed to, who knows, it could have been 4-5 maybe, because they did create opportunities themselves. But yeah, I think due to the previous 2-3 performances and results, you can't say they're back to their best because you don't know what the next week brings.
But we're talking about personal performances. Jeremy Doku was one of those who rose to the occasion today, and that first goal, the crucial breakthrough goal, was all down to him, wasn't it, really?
Yeah, it was. I mean, you don't expect him to pop up in that position, almost an inside right position when he's playing out in the left, but he found a lovely little, what we call a number 10 position, and gets turned, and that's when alarm bells need to go in the Manchester United defence. As soon as he turns here, you see Phil Foden's reaction. He darts into the box straight away. He thinks, right, I'm not needed anymore in this pocket. I'll get into the box and hope something lands at my feet. As it did, it landed at his head. Second time of asking from Doku, but look at the way he just turns his neck there and feeds it into that far corner. Beautiful finish from Foden, but great play as well from Doku.
Manchester United have 8 players in the penalty area there.
Yeah, and it's against 3 blue shirts. This is my worry. This is where I think we're not improving at all. This is when pre-match said that there are still a lot of players there that are confused about what they need to do in this system. And I'm getting to a point now where I think this system, we cannot talk about this system. I think the manager needs to change it a little bit.
But we know we won't.
Go a little bit basic. Go forward the back.
Yeah,
Actually make the players play what they can play. Make them, utilise their strength. Because you look at Luke Shaw in that situation. Luke Shaw is a left fullback, but he's playing in that left centre-back position, and he's confused about where he's supposed to be. He gets done by a little trick by Doku on the 18-yard line, but way out. He's not supposed to be there. Look at where he is.
That's a fullback area. That's a fullback versus a winger. So he's used to them scenarios, so he should be used to that. That's just a brilliant bit of skill that he's gone past him. Sometimes you can have too many players back, and then you don't recognise, what am I supposed to do? You're supposed to be, I'm in a good position. And aesthetically, United players look like they're in good positions, but you have to be in a position that affects the opponent, and no one's tracking Phil Foden. Haaland's free. Yeah. So from a defender's point of view, when the ball went out of play, I always thought, could I have touched my striker or the person I was meant to be marking? Because then I could have influenced what he was trying to do, but no one's close to anyone.
How tempting is it when you're a defender, or how natural is it when the ball's about to come in, you just keep running back towards your goal? When actually, as you say, 8v3 in the box, why can't one of 8 people mark a man? Is it just natural that you just think,
it is natural.
I'll play
and there's
safe?
Obviously things that strikers do naturally, like pull out
a little bit. So but you know that.
Yeah, 100%. But what I don't see enough of, and this isn't a Man United thing or defensive, no one's running backwards. And when you're running forwards, all of a sudden, if it gets cut back, how do you adjust your body to then attack the ball? So for me, I was always taught, when you're running back and it's in the final third or you're in the 18-yard box, back pedal. Because then if it goes forward or it's cut back, you're moving forward and then you're able to intercept the cross. But for me, United players are not doing that.
Then it became the Erland Haaland show at the double in the second half, because we said at half-time, can United start well? They did. But then within 7 minutes, bang, City are 2-0 up.
This was a beautiful goal. 4 great bits of skill, all on the spin. O'Reilly, and then we get the little shimmy from Foden, a great ball through, a great ball then again from Doku. I think Erling Haaland knows what he's going to do. As that ball's been passed, he's thinking dink. And the goalkeeper makes up his mind. He runs straight at him, and it's just a wonderful finish. Getting the wrong side there, Doku's bit of strength. Wrong side again from Shaw, strength keeping him off. Look at that strength of him. Just keeps him at arm's length and then dinks it over. I mean, it's a textbook finish. As soon as he's running through, I'm thinking dink, dink. I'd be interested if we can grab him at some point after this game to find out when he was actually thinking it. But beautiful goal from City, and even Pep Linders and Pep Guardiola, they kept saying to each other, top goal. They were screaming top goal at each other as it went in, and it was 4 moments of magic on the spin for them.
Yep, see, from my perspective, as a goalkeeper, that's a dream scenario. Let him come in at that angle. Let him come in.
Really?
Yeah. And then what you're supposed to do is, see how the angle here, now you just stop and wait for him. Just wait. Just wait for him.
So what's the goalkeeper done? Gone to ground too early here?
Just see when he comes in, he's already gone. He's not covering anything, right? Just wait for him. Just look. Let him look at you. Give him a decision to make. If he's already decided that he's going to chip it, he's just going to chip it up to you.
That's an incredible point, because we play again. You don't give each other secrets away, but I always used to think, let the goalkeeper make. He'll always do something, and if you hold your nerve a split second, they'll do something. They'll go to ground, or they'll do some. They might stand up and you can go through the legs, but they will do something. And it's interesting. Peter's saying, you don't have to do anything, because that's what I hated. If a goalkeeper came out in that situation and they did nothing, just stood there, you'd be, oh, where can I put this? But and the moment's gone.
In this goal, Haaland's already got somebody else there, you know? He's helping me to do what I have to do, to stop and just wait. He's helping me. If Haaland was coming in on his own, where he could stop the ball or go there, then it's a little bit of a different situation for me. But that, for me, was a dream scenario. Just stop and let him have the shot or do whatever.
Yeah, it looked like the keeper was treating it like a 1v1, where he's not using Shaw and the impact he could have and not taking away, well, he can't go across me. He's got to only dink it or go through my legs. He's given him all the options, and, yeah, he's made it easy for him.
Okay. And then Haaland did it once again, didn't he? In this dream situation that he finds himself. I mean, from inside his own half.
Yeah, I mean, this is a totally different finish. Again, Manchester United cause a problem here. Luke Shaw, probably a poor touch and gives the ball away. We highlight him here, actually. Look at this. Poor first touch, gives the ball away, and all of a sudden they're on the back foot now. Haaland breaks clear. He's definitely inside his own half, but this is a different finish. I love this little touch there. That one that just shifts it, just changes the angle last second. And then it's an absolute, perfect finish, just in off the post. That touch just opens it up slightly, and it's a nice little slot this time. The two goals that going through one-on-one, you've probably got three options. You either dink the goalkeeper, you go round the goalkeeper, or you slot it. Going round the goalkeeper was always my least favourite, and I think it's his too, because you've seen a dink and you've seen a slot from him today. And, just clinical finishing.
Yeah.
So Steve, that's another example of... So in this situation, he actually stops and does exactly what I would have done on the other goal, right? But here, I think he should be more aggressive. He should be more aggressive because Harry Maguire's coming back. So if he's out, and you see it clearly from this and the other angle, you see like two yards further up. Actually, you see it better here. Just think about what 2 yards would have done to that position. He would have saved the ball. The ball could not have gone in because he would have closed the goal down. He should have been more aggressive.
But Haaland would have gone round him, he did that.
Yes.
Or that would have become an option.
The reason I say that he should do that is because Harry Maguire is on the chase. So if he goes around him...
He might get back.
Might bring him back into play.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, if Harry Maguire is not there, it's a different situation. That is actually the most difficult situation for a goalkeeper, to face a one-on-one when he comes in near enough straight on the goal. Because you don't have any angles you can close down. But because you have a defender who is on the run back, he can help you out in that.
Fascinating. Right, let's get some Manchester United reaction to this 3-0 defeat here. Here is their manager, Ruben Amorim.
Well, Ruben, what are your thoughts? That's obviously a day of frustration for you. Yeah, of course. If you look at the goals, we can avoid that goals. So that was the biggest difference. We suffer goals that is clearly we can do better, and especially the second one. So you start the second half well. You are pushing for our goal to open the game, and even the 2-1 that Brian could score. That moments were always for the opponent, and then the third goal is like it's hard to describe. So we suffer goals that we can avoid when it's just the opponent, but we can avoid these kind of goals.
I know you said after the win against Burnley that every time the opponents are near our box, it feels like they could score. Is that a mental thing? Is it a deficiency in mental thought of the players at the moment?
No, the biggest difference is when we had transitions, we didn't score. When City, especially in the second half, the game changed a little bit and we suffered transition, and they were better in that moment. And again, if you see the moments of the goal, if you look at the play, we clearly can avoid the goals, and that makes the difference in the game like this.
But how do you rectify that? Because you clearly work on it every week. So how do you rectify it in games?
We can do better. That is clear. But again, transitions, the third goal, lack of quality in the connection. People doesn't know who is going to the ball, and then the guy is free to score. The first one, he is in the middle of 4 guys, and we can be more aggressive in that moment because we were near the ball. The second goal, we want to recover the ball so fast that then in the throw-in they have a 1-against-1. Lenny is going from the outside, not the inside. So there's details we can work, but then in these kind of games we need to be perfect, and we weren't perfect.
Going forward, the number of chances you're creating, it looks good on paper, but does that make it even worse for you that they're not going in?
No, the frustration is always the same because with the amount of chance we need to score goals. If you don't score goals, you don't open games when we are trying and take the lead to control the game in a different way. When we are 2-0. We are near the goal, you can feel it, but then if you don't open the game again, it's like a matter of time. You have to push more men up, and then you take transition. So frustrating day, and we need to work on a lot of things for the next game.
Thanks, Ruben.
Thank you.
Well, he is quite clearly very, very upset with the way they conceded those goals today.
I understand that. I really do understand that. We've talked about it so many times about eradicating all the mistakes, individual mistakes that leads to goal, that leads to conceding goals, especially on the third goal. I mean, Harry Maguire gets a ball and there's no one there to help him. He's under pressure and it's a bad pass, of course. Is it to Foden? It ended up with Foden and Foden plays Haaland. But you can't concede goals like that in these games. And I think what frustrates him even more is that he feels that Manchester United had chances to score goals, and he spent, I don't know, £200 million on strikers, and still we're not scoring goals. Still. But I go back to what I said, about 10 minutes ago. I think he should consider just changing it a little bit, change the system so you get players playing what they know, what they've been brought up to play, what's instinct to them, where they don't have to think and just ease in, and then you can make adjustments along the way.
But he's never played anything else as a manager. I mean, that would be a huge U-turn to what he said he's going to do.
I don't know. I mean, do you not think the skill of a manager is to adjust and put the right team out and put the right team out in the right formation, the right system, and make every player as good as they can be? I think he's making a few players a little bit worse because they don't really know where to be. Bruno, for instance, Bruno's not a number 6. He's supposed to. When Bruno got further up the pitch, he started to create chances. He started to help the team create chances. So I'm just saying that maybe he should consider that in a period of time, just to ease everything up, get some confidence in the squad, and then he can start make adjustments to what he think the Manchester United should.
I can see that at the outset. Of course, he's going to come in to start with, play his system. I could then see that, but now what I think we're starting to see is an Amorim team. He's starting to buy players. More importantly, he's starting to sell players. And the players that he's sold, a lot of them, Garnacho and etc., they're wide players. So all of a sudden, to go with a 4, then you're going to have wide players. He's sold them all. All the number 10s that he's buying now are playing to be central. Cunha and Burmo.
Yeah,
they're all sort of more central
players.
players.
You can play a 4-3-3 system.
But you still need wide players. But
you still need wide players for it.
I agree with Peter
I know,
says.
but you still have them. I mean, you have them up.
Well, he's got rid of them all to play in this new system that he's got.
But I see where my starting point is not so much scoring the goals. My starting point is not conceding the goals. That's my note. You can see how they are all confused about their situation. We see it on the goals. They don't really know where they're supposed to be. And it makes it at times a little bit too easy for the other team to create chances. And this is my point. And when you play against big guys like this one here, who's coming in with a big smug smile on his face after 7 goals in
We're going to change the moaning Man United conversation to delighted Manchester City now. Erling, well done. How good did that feel today?
Amazing. We needed this.
Pop that up there for us. Thank you.
Amazing. We needed this, as a club and everything, it's hard to go into national team with a loss. You know, say what you want. You want to keep going and turn things around. And then we went into the national team kind of like, where does this go? And then we kind of answered perfectly. So that was amazing.
Yeah, there looked the real intent right from the off from you today.
Yeah, we need energy from us to the crowd and back. You know, we need to give each other energy. That's what we need to do. And I felt today we did that. And yeah, in the end, it's a really good performance. Of course, it could be better. They could have scored, we could have scored more. But in the end, 3-0 at home is fantastic.
We've got a goal scorer here who wants to ask you about these
well,
finishes.
we've been debating in terms of a goalkeeper's view on a goal and an attacker's view on a goal. I was saying that I think as soon as you picked up that first ball, you knew you were going to dink the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Or do you wait for the goalkeeper to make it almost his first move?
No, but I knew that he was. He rushes out a lot.
Yeah.
Everyone knows it. I think if you watch United, kind of. So the ball was perfect. It was perfect. You don't need to touch the ball. You just need to run with it and finish. That's the perfect ball. I call it Kevin De Bruyne pass. You know, you don't need to do anything, just run. And yeah, it was a perfect finish.
And for the second goal as well, you know, you've dinked one, you've slotted one. The only other option really is to go round the goalkeeper. It was a finish I hated doing. But at what point would you think what your finish is going to be here? Because your second touch. I love the way you just your second to last touch. Yeah, the second to last touch almost just opened it out for a different angle to finish it.
Yeah, and I think I got a perfect bounce on it as well. It was wide open, so for me here it was about, of course, Maguire not taking me, which he is not doing, and I think to stay calm, just because I actually could have gone past him because he's so far out, but I think it was a good finish, far corner.
Perfect.
That's enough.
It's always a good finish when it goes in, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So what am I saying?
Since the change of coaching staff, have you been given more responsibility defensively? Because you seem to win a lot of headers in the own penalty box today as well.
He's going back to defending when you've kept a clean sheet.
Exactly. No, it's set pieces. I think I should be there. I'm tall. I think I've got something to give also defensively and on the set pieces. And today Bruno hit my face, I think, my head 5 times, so I felt a bit dizzy in the end. So yeah, I mean, today we had a really tall squad, I think, you know, and you see in the back and everything, so felt really solid, you know, in the set pieces and everything, so that's a good thing.
And is there a different setup now? There's Donnarumma in goal. Obviously, his presence is seen and obvious.
Sorry, who?
Have you got a different setup now defensively with set pieces with Donnarumma in goal?
No, you know, we try, of course, to do best as we can. Against Brighton, we let in a goal in set piece, or we got a penalty against us, which isn't good enough. So you need to try to look where you can improve and where you can do things better. You know?
Just finally, Erling, what does it feel like to score in this fixture? Because you love it. Nobody else has got more goals in a Manchester Derby Premier League fixture now. You're right up there. I mean, in this fixture when it matters the most, what's that adrenaline rush like when you do it in a win like today?
No, it's amazing. Yeah, here you see Rooney and Aguero and me.
Not bad, is it?
Yeah,
you could have been top had you not hit the post. How did that not go in?
Oh, yeah, I know. I got a bit bad touch, as we spoke about, when I went past the keeper and it was a bit too far, and then I saw De Ligt came, so I tried to hit it, which was perfect. It went tunnel on him, past his feet. Oh, and it was irritating not to see it go in, but yeah, to score against this club is special for me. Everyone knows it since my first goal here 3 years ago now. I think it's a special thing, and yeah, it's a good feeling.
Good smile. Well done. Congratulations. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And as we mentioned, that fella has 50 Premier League goals in 50 Premier League games here at the Etihad, which is sensational, isn't it?
I've said before, 1 in 2 used to be a great record. If anyone scored 1 in 2 back in the day, it was like, wow, what a striker. Now you've got to score in every game. Incredible.
But he is... So, obviously, where we sat today, we're quite close to the pitch.
Yeah.
So you get a feeling of what it is that makes him special, which you don't get through a TV screen. He is... Oh, we saw that here. He's big, he's strong, but he's so explosive. It's incredible for such a big person to move that quickly over the first couple of yards. I mean, you were massively quick as well, but you are a little bit smaller, so you expect that, you know, him. And then the physicality. they can do anything. You see that in the second goal. They can pull him. They can do whatever. He's just going to just keep them away and still have it under control.
It's a good point, because I had to be quick to get away from people. He only has to be the same as everyone else, because as soon as he's equal, he can just hold them off, can't he? I mean, what's the hardest thing to play against as a defender?
For me,
speed, strength?
Yeah, speed. Like physically, I would want to match up against someone like Haaland, but with the pace he's got as well, you have to be a step ahead and give yourself an opportunity to be deeper, which then...
Yeah, and it's not over 20 yards.
Yeah,
it's over 3-4 yards, which is, where you normally win the ball.
Yeah. It's difficult. Listen, he's world class. He's elite. He scores in every game, and he doesn't have to be involved as much as other strikers to contribute. So, yeah, when he's in front of goal, his level of composure is second to none.
Absolutely. Well, he's had some week, hasn't he? His international goals, 5 in one game and then 2 in the derby. Michael, Joleon, Peter, thank you very much indeed for all that insight and debate. So that is it, the 197th Manchester derby. Very much Cities and very much Blue. They have returned to winning ways in emphatic fashion. The bragging rights in the city of Manchester are theirs. From the four of us, see you soon.